Hava, and today we are going to Roosevelt Island. And for those of you pretty new to New York City geography, Roosevelt Island is a part of New York City. New York City is comprised of islands. So let's go. We are currently in the southernmost area of the Upper East Side, and there are 5 different ways to get to Roosevelt Island. We're going to do the most fun one here today, which is the Roosevelt Island Tramway. But you can also get to Roosevelt Island by subway, car, bus, or ferry even. But today we're going to do the most exciting among them, which is taking the Roosevelt Island Tram. The Roosevelt Island Tram only costs $2.75 each way, and I'm actually not sure just yet if that's part of your MetroCard, if you already have a MetroCard, or if it's a separate purchase the way the ferry is, even though they're both part of New York City public transportation. All right! Did you know you can take a tramway in New York City? I mean, how cool is that? This has got to be one of the most underrated things to do here. Looks like it's just a normal station. My friends, this video just became completely free to me. Let me just get my MetroCard. Okay, here we go. That was a very, very short ride. Now that we're on the island, I want to get some great views of Manhattan. I know that's very non-Roosevelt Island of me to start with views of not Roosevelt Island, but we will get to the Roosevelt Island specific things to do. And I just want you to know this is my first time here, so we're experiencing this for the first time together. So this is Eleanor's Pier. What a lovely place to just come and sit by the water and enjoy a view of the Upper East Side. Love it. I love the city! Oh my God, sorry. Basically, Eleanor's Pier is a great place for a photo shoot. I did a little one, didn't get many great photos, but really it's a great spot. And also just a nice, peaceful spot to relax. I imagine it's not as crowded right now simply because the time of this filming is a cold day in February, so it's just not a day that people go out and about. But it's not that cold. Look, I'm not even closing my coat. The next thing we're looking for is called meditation step. So I imagine it's supposed to be a relaxing, peaceful spot, and it should just be down this pathway a little bit, but I'm not really sure how far, so I'm hoping it's clear when we get there. I bet this is it. I mean, what else could be meditation steps? Should we sit down and do a meditation? I was actually kind of joking at first, but I did end up sitting down for a 5-minute meditation on the meditation steps. And it wasn't an item on my bucket list before, but you know when you have a to-do list and you write something down so that you can check it off? I just did that with this experience. And about halfway through the meditation, I usually close my eyes for meditations, but on this one, I actually kind of opened my eyes and just softly gazed around me. And taking this moment to just stop made me realize how beautiful the environment is, not just behind me, but also in front of me. I mean, look at this. If you're not here by yourself, maybe you'll have to be bold to do a meditation on your own here, or just stick in your headset, close your eyes, because this was actually a great way to spend a moment here on the meditation steps. But this spot is also really nice for just another vantage point of the city. And if you look right out there, you've got the Chrysler Building and the Empire State Building peeking out together, and then just over is Summit One Vanderbilt, but they're all just kind of right there. So now we're gonna make our way north on the island to catch a few of the major landmarks here on Roosevelt Island. And by major, I don't know if they're major for New York City really, but major for Roosevelt Island. And then you wanna make sure to stick around with me to the end of the video, because if you think these views have been cool, I'm pretty sure the best views of all are gonna be at our very last spot in this video. So just stick around and you'll see what's coming up, as I will too, because like I said, this is my first time on the island. Behind me here is the Blackwell House, which is the 6th oldest house in New York City. It was built in 1796, and you can actually go inside, except not today because it is a Monday and they are closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, but they're open Wednesday through Sunday, and they're open to the public for free. So you can literally just go in to take a look and see what it's like. Main Street is the main street that runs through the island, and so far I'm just seeing this and feeling like it's so charming. I mean, it's just your everyday apartments and cars, but I mean, this is so cute. When I was mapping myself to our next destination, I noticed that there was another route besides just walking all the way down Main Street. So I decided that I would take East Road because we're along the East River. So my hope was that we would get a scenic route of Queens, but this just all looks very industrial. Now you know when you come to Roosevelt Island that walking along E Road doesn't necessarily mean it's the scenic route, unless you really focus on the East River. Because, you know, a little water is always nice, right? Remember, the Hudson River isn't the only river part of New York City. New York City is on the coast. This is a city of islands. Hence the fact that we're on Roosevelt Island, and if you go to look up apartments on Street Easy, which I highly recommend if you want to find a place in New York with reliable listings, Street Easy is the place to look. Not sponsored, just saying. Although I would love them to sponsor me. Noting that Roosevelt Island comes up as part of Manhattan. So this is very much part of New York City, and in a way, really represents the New York City geography. Calling all aviary enthusiasts, am I seeing wild geese? Hello, wow. I don't know if I have your attention, but I sure have all these birds' attention. They're all looking at me. They're even stopping what they're doing. That is so hard to find in humans. I guess their attention span didn't last much longer than a human's too, because they're all back to normal. Now they know I'm not a threat. Wow, but for real, the reason why we're here is not for geese, it's for this octagon. This building has a history of being the New York City lunatic asylum and also a medical hospital. Now it's actually a nice apartment building. And I'm actually interested to take a look inside because I read online that there's something called a flying staircase, which I think is spiral, and also a gallery. So let's see if there's any history that we can actually experience here firsthand, if you will. I wasn't able to go up the staircase and see the top of the tower here because apparently the whole thing truly is residential units. So for security purposes, they obviously could not let me up, but still kind of a little neat thing to see. I wouldn't come out to Roosevelt Island for this specifically, but if you happen to be out here anyway, go ahead and pop into the lobby just to take a peek, but don't go out of your way for this. This is Lighthouse Park. Got picnic tables and benches, and where I'm standing, which is just 1, 2, 3 step up. Not something you come out of your way for, but let's get a good look at why this is called Lighthouse Park. Of course, there's a lighthouse. I don't know if this is a permanent installation or temporary, but this is a really beautiful art piece called the Girl Puzzle. Woo, go girls! Comment down below if you are a girl or identify as a girl. Woo, girl power. I don't think the camera is doing it justice how cool this reflective piece is. It's like Roosevelt Island's bean. I've never been to the Chicago bean though, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. Now that we are heading literally from the northernmost point to the southernmost point of this island, I decided to hop on one of the free buses that runs around Roosevelt Island. This is Four Freedoms Park. It is open every day, 9 to 5, except on Tuesdays. And it also is home to the FDR Hope Memorial. I'm pretty sure this wasn't completed that long ago, so I think it's a relatively new park. But what I'm most excited to show you is these amazing views. We have the Queensboro Bridge to the north, a lovely seating area, and the Manhattan skyline again. And just to be clear, you are looking at the East River on both sides of Roosevelt Island because Roosevelt Island is in the East River. So the Hudson would be on the other side for those of you who are wondering about New York water geography. This is so cool. This is a timeline related to FDR's time in office and after. Wow, lots of things related to FDR and his effects. I have really enjoyed my time here on Roosevelt Island, but if I was going to curate an experience for someone else, I would recommend making this more of something that you spend maybe an hour or two maybe doing. Just take the tram over to Roosevelt Island. That is a very cool, very underrated, cheap, or maybe even free experience depending on what your subway card is. And then hang out on Eleanor's Pier for a while. Maybe bring a lunch or a snack with you because there's not much in the way of food on the island. And you can take some pictures while you're there and then walk a little bit further over to meditation steps, sit down, do a meditation, relax, enjoy the atmosphere, and then I'd say you're pretty much good. And if you have an interest in Four Freedoms Park from what I've shown here, which I honestly haven't shown much of it, but it is a really lovely park, and I think the FDR Hope Memorial, which is here, is small but very meaningful. So if you want to spend a little longer, this is how I would extend your time here, heading towards the south end, not the north end. And when you come here, it's a cool experience for both locals and tourists. Come back to this video, comment down below, and tell me what you thought of the experience or what stood out, or did you discover something I didn't know about? And then make sure to comment below, let me know what it was like, and follow me on Instagram. You can also just tell me about your experience there in a DM. Like this video, you made it to the end, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications if you haven't already, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.